Ah, where's my remote? There you go. Hello. Welcome to Z Reviews. I'm your host, Zeos Pantera. That's the tungsten double-sided. That's your wallpaper. And this is the IFI Valkyrie. Valkyrie? I don't know. You say it. Anyway, it's not cheap. It's $1,800. It's only one gemstone. We'll go two if we go over the $2,000 mark. And I want to say, yay, but there's some things, and there's a gun in the background of the thing, and she's just drinking, I'm just drinking, and we're just all drinking. So here's the thing. IFI. I want to know everyone's opinion on the company previously, from 4 or 5 years ago, and then now. If you have a comment, if you've never touched their stuff and you don't know about it, don't say anything. But the comments, please let me know your thoughts. Because it's been a couple years and since I've started like this channel and doing all the IFI stuff, and I find myself gravitating towards the older things more. And that is proof in that I sold the IFI Neo IDSD2, the one that had all the options I wanted, the X-Base I wanted, all the things I wanted were in the 2 and not the 1. Yet the 1 is sitting on my desk in the other side of the basement on my near-field setup, and I've kept it. I kept the older, shittier one. So here's the thing. The answer to the question, is it capable of running tungsten? Because one of the claims to fame of the Valkyrie is 5,700 milliwatts of peak power performance. Now, we don't like to go peak on this channel. We're an RMS channel. This is an RMS channel, damn it. Keep your peak shit out of here. But the true test is in the test, and this is the test. I mean, the Mark 1s that are hiding over there would be the real test, because nothing powers those. And indeed, this will move tungsten double-sided at 100% on the highest gain out the balanced out. Now, what the hell just... Oh, that was loose. So, there's a problem, though. You see, because as much as I'm going to go on to praise the build quality of this and the design of it and cat's running and the feature set, the most important thing is that it sounds $1,800. And that's a problem. Because as I sat here with the final test was obviously the tungsten. Let's see if it runs it. But not just see if it runs it. Let's see. Cat's yelling in the background. How does it sound? We're comparing against, say, Valencia being preamped with either a tube or the Alpha Pro or the RME, or even got the topping LA90 coming out with the Gishelli Labs. I've got the spread. I've got the Solaris tubes. This has been the benchmark, not from the company benchmark, but this has been the benchmark of like how hard is it to drive. And power, we at 100, at a fucking 100, we can push it. The problem is this unit, to get it to sound what I would consider good, has to have on the X-Bass, the X-Presence, and the X-Space. All 3 modifications need to be enabled for me to enjoy these headphones. And I know for a fucking fact I don't have X-Bass Presence or X-Space on anything else, and I enjoy the shit out of them. This sounds boring. And that's going to be the crux of this whole thing. IFI has lost its sound. Back in the day, back when they were first coming up, back when the first X-Bass button on the Zendak, Drake is just screaming, was crack. You put it on and you just had to listen to everything. Oh my God, oh my God. And every unit since that, except for, with one exception, the IFI HipDAC 3, the little portable for like $130. Every other unit, you hit X-Bass and nothing really happens. Nothing exciting. Oh, they added Presence, so that's kind of cool. Cool, all right. X-Space, big 3D weird. Nope, it's just sort of like a little... It's all gone too safe. They're afraid to be bold with their sound. And when you're charging like $1,800 for a unit, wow. Drake, come here. Come here. He's brother's got to be down here. Oh, there he is. I see you. I see you. Hi. When you're charging $1,800 for a unit, you're appealing to a different audience than the ones who want to throw bass boosts on, bro. So I get it for something like this, but it's been every product up to this. I know there's some reviewers who have issue with the power ratings that IFI has thrown out. And like I said, I don't have the test measurement stuff here to measure it. I just have tungsten, put it on, does it run? Now, these are 150 ohm. So something like Valencia maxes out its power of 17 watts at 32. And it's around a little under 4 at 150. And I don't know where the 5,600 milliamps happens, but there's enough power that this moves. It's unfortunate that it has to be at like maximum. Like I could take it to 90 and probably still be enjoying sound, but really it needs to be all the way up. Now, I'm going to bring out the Gryphen. So we have the Valkyrie and the Gryphen. This is the IFI Gryphen. I love this thing. I kept this thing. I use this thing. I would buy this thing over this thing. Did you finally come out? What? He's such a good boy. His new brother, Jubei. If you haven't seen Jubei, he's in the thumbnail of the FIO BTR-17. He's a cute cat. He's got nothing going on behind the eyes. He's just dead inside. But what a good cat. This was not cheap. It was like $600, $700, $600 now, probably. And it's got, look, an IFI IE match switch on the bottom. And it's got a centralized volume knob with an LED, and it's got X bass and X bass buttons and a screen on top. Are these the same fucking unit? Ooh, that's well, this has 2 powers, X bass and presence. It's got your digital line. Yeah, these are. They're the same. They're literally the fucking same. Obviously, this is not going to have as much power or battery life. Although I will say, don't think you're getting a ton of battery life out of this, especially if you use one of its key features, which is DSD rescaling. Or what do they call it? They call it like, hold on, they say some bullshit. They say some bullshit. It's the bundle. It was in the title of the tab, I think. Yeah, a remastering. It's going to remaster all your music in DSD, and it's like, that's not the word. That's not the word. Apparently, all right, so there's some things going on in this that I am super excited about. K2, which is a JVC Kenwood thing. I haven't heard JVC Kenwood shit going on in audio in fucking years. We'll go over it. It's got the DSD 1024 remastering, which is what I have on, which, as you can see, I'm using the RCA outs, which are affected by that, to run this Valencia, which we're going to, you know what, we're going to pop this motherfucker out. We're going to go boom. Beautiful. Oh, look at that cable. Look at that. Collab on collab action. Magia cable. Actually, triple collab. Because if you don't know, I actually have a DD Hi-Fi collab. So that all these adapters from DD Hi-Fi, everyone you'd possibly need at a show, are all in one beautiful thing in this lovely little case right here for like $160. And these are expensive fucking connectors. So you go take this to your can jams. You have everything you'd ever need to hook anything to everything. And I'll link to that. Actually, I'll link to my Z Collabs link tree. But enough about me making money to live. Let's not shit directly on, but we're going to poop next to the Valkyrie a little bit. Just like 2 feet to the right. It's very warm. I've been running it on the desk now for about an hour without being plugged in. Here is the power plug it comes with. It's one of the big IFI son of a bitch, super linear. I know this is good. You know how I know it's good? Because Leo of Orchard Audio fame, who I work with, there's his streamer right there. And you know what's on top of it? One of these. Because this is a very, very good, clean power brick. You know why IFI still makes good, great power supplies? They don't make sound. They just make power. And this is a 9-volt, 2.5 amp. And here's the thing. As much as you could praise what the internals of this are doing, and I even have the IFI, I forget what the thing is called. You can see it. The cylinder you plug into the plug, and it absorbs hum from the things around it. And it actually does work. It does help eliminate hum in some fashion. It filters being plugged into a power brick. Oh, but IFI... This wire, that comes out of your quite expensive thing is a huge pile of dog shit. Someone's going to tell you it's going to be me. Take the criticism and correct it. This is a terribly stiff, white cable. In a world of audiophile black and dark colors, it looks like someone's plugging in a 2003 iPod on your desk with a fucking knockoff cable from a $5 store. This is not it, fam. Fam, bro, this is not it. You make this beautiful thing, you charge like $200 for it. And then this, give me a fabric cable. Give me a cable that has a loop when it comes out of the box. All right, we're shitting a little closer than 2 feet, but here's what came in the box also. Because this gets powered with USB-C and doesn't have one of these, but they didn't make a special plug for it for their $1,800 thing. They're like, no, just fucking throw the adapter and boom, there you go. It's fine. Perfect, right? And it's even the matching color. This is so much nicer and softer because they're probably just sent from China. All right, you know what? We're going to, 1 second. We're now at 100 out of the RCA. Now, granted, the Valencia is expecting balanced, which I could give it, but this is not a preamp balanced. It is only a preamp if it's unbalanced, and I'm going 100 out, and if I turn off DSD to PCM, it's louder by like by 4 or 5 decibels. So somehow, and that doesn't affect the headphone output, but when you have it in the DSD upscaling mode, the RCA output, and I'm going to presume the XLR or the 4.4 balanced output, is dropped significantly when you have it in the upscaling mode. Don't know why. I'll put these back on my head for a second. One of the biggest tragedies, because now we're 100 at 100 RCA into the Orchard Valencia, which is expecting a balanced signal. But here's the thing. I've hooked other sources to this with adapters in the back. And, you give it an RCA and you plug it into the 3-pin XLR adapter, so you're giving it under voltage. But this is still a monster. And it should be producing monster. And this is a very quiet set of outputs. These are quiet. And I say that until you turn the knob with a more sensitive thing and you could actually hear noise coming out of the outputs, which you shouldn't on a battery-powered unit. But here's the biggest problem. I think it does. I didn't see it in the fucking paperwork, and I'm not sure if I'm hallucinating, but if I put the bass boost on, and I'm going to complain about how mild the bass boost is, the X presence is, and the X space is. If I put them on, the music stops for a split second, and then it comes back, and I can't quite tell if it's going through the outputs. I wish I knew. I wish I could tell. I wish it was like, yes, on. I can't. I cannot tell. I'm going to shut that off so we don't blow anything up. Put these, which, by the way, you can just, if you're ever in the Tungsten chat, you can get this absurd. I don't know if I can get the angle just perfectly right. Yeah, no, this is some dumb stuff. This one's just chrome for reasons, but oh. All right. Let's take a unit tour. Powering it off. Hold the front for a bit. Unplug the RCAs. Unplug my signal source, which I'm using fiber optic. She's a heavy little girl. She's very warm. She's very pretty shape. Look, it's like a bone. It's like a spaceship. It's gorgeous. IFI have never failed at making things look pretty. It's the everything that happens when you plug them in and make them go that's the concern. So you get your IE match switch, which basically is an impedance match for either 3.5 or 4.4. Normal mode only. Normal mode only. What does that mean? Normal fucking power mode? Like, what are you saying? I don't even know. Okay. You get your little tiny feet. It's cute on the bottom. The top is literally just, and I've seen this at Munich. They had this was glass. And you could see the interior of it. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking cool. Because you got this little tiny screen. You got this whole big black glass. Little tiny screen. And you could have the whole thing open to see the red interior. Like, yes, but they don't do that. So you got two buttons, your X space and mode. Mode being power mode. And there's only 3 on this. And they are as follows: water droplet, fire, lightning. I mean, they're not even being like universal language shit. Water droplet isn't a fucking power rating. And then fire would be like, you think fire, but then it's lightning is above fire. I'm not going to get into it. But I got into it. So it's LMH would be fine. Your base, X base 2 and X presence / piece of paper. Piece of paper means menu. We'll get into it. I'll show you the menu in a bit. Unit tour. We're just doing a unit tour. I'm not going to start yelling yet. The fascia of the unit. Very, very cool looking. 4.4 out. Balanced. 3.5 out. Balanced. They're bringing it back. I thought we were done with this shit. Stop. There does not need to be a 3.5 balanced. It was a good idea. It never flew. Stop trying to bring it back. Then on this side, you have 2 other buttons. A filter / DSD, so you could change if you're fast appetizing, slow roll off, all that shit there, which are the instant press, because obviously you need to change that very quickly. And then your other button is your input select or K2 technology toggle. Whether that you care, we'll go into it. And then this is obviously the volume knob. It has an LED through here, which can indicate the volume. If you're looking at it straight on for some reason, you can't see the top. The color of the LED back here will indicate as it gets redder how much louder it's going. It also is a push button. You get 4 LEDs, an input light, even though again it has a screen, kilohertz light, even though again it has a screen. You get your X space, X base, and X presence light, even though it does have a screen. So all not necessary. None of that shit's necessary. Nice. I mean, again, if you have it like here and you can't, then you need that. And on the back, you get, well, actually, I'll use this just to prop this up for a second. Hold on a second. So on the back, you've got your 2 USB inputs. You get your combination coaxial digital and optical input, a 3.5, even though this unit could easily support a full-size fiber optic. You get your outputs, which are a 3.5 and a balanced set of RCAs, which means it's also unbalanced, which means these are essentially the same things in different form factors. And note that those are only labeled as outputs. Then you have a 3.5 and a 4.4 input or output, but not just line in, not pre. So I actually brought this out. Look, I got the wire right here. Boom. I got to go to RCA, XLR cables. It's going to this Orchard Audio Valencia. And if you plug a headphone into that and you plug that into this, it's full fuck DAC out and everybody dies. And I had to lower the digital volume on FooBar to not die. I don't like dying. Death bad. Also, they still put a fucking high-res audio sticker. At least it's on the ass of the unit. I would still remove it. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 outputs, technically. But also, these 2 count as analog inputs. It'll be a good test of the DAC and see if it's the DAC that's making this thing sound boring or if it's the amp that's making this sound boring. It's like I use the balanced input. I think I have the wire coming off of Musician Pegasus is off and it needs to warm up. It's the whole thing. Really giant exposed screws here too. Like, I'm not going to nitpick that hard, but I don't know. That just doesn't feel right for like this space age fancy, like, literally no fasteners. Oh, by the way, 4 giant fucking black screws. Giant. Way bigger. They're not recessed or nothing. They're just boom screws. The unit is rather heavy. It's beefy. It's probably mostly batteries. But it has to be, I don't remember when I turned it on. It has to be batteries because this fucking thing gets hot. No matter what you're doing, it's hot. So when the battery goes and it's dead in 3 or 4 hours, that's because it's literally generating heat. If your pants are fucking cold, get this. We have to go through the box. I haven't taken the box out of the other box. There's a box inside the box because I wanted to do that together with you guys because I feel like you're going to really enjoy it. It's one of the nicest parts about this whole $1,800 shenanigans. Go to the menu real quick. Let's just look at this. So you hold that to go to the menu. You have DSD remastering Off 512, 1024. So fuck it. Let's go to 1024. You have an XMEMS setting, which XMEMS, if you don't know, are little how do I describe that? They require 10 volts of power to operate, and a lot of them are in IEMs. And we're out of the fucking thing already. Great. Actually, let me see. If I shut off the DSD and I go back to the menu, which is here. All right, it's off there. So literally, you can change that setting here, so it doesn't need to be in the menu. But XMEMS are basically for very specific IEMs that use MEMS drivers. They're like little gates that open. It's very complicated and actually pretty cool technology. So look into it. And this is one of the few units that has it. Your brightness setting is big sun or little sun or sun with an A for automatic. So we're going to leave it on bright. Volume sync will sync this volume knob to your computers or I think your phones via Bluetooth. I never would want that to happen. I want my phone to be at 100, then I would control here, or I want this about 100, so I can control my phone. God, that menu is so fucking short. Bluetooth pairing, I think you can figure out Bluetooth voice prompt. Dual port charging, so that either you have to charge. See, this is a powered label port, and that is a input port. So you can either have both of them work, or none of them work. Well, not none of them work, but either you have to charge it here and only data there, or you could charge and data through one. If you're on a laptop, if you're traveling with this, you'd probably want that, so you're not doing this, although it may not charge as fast. Go back. Come on. I'm going to get through this fucking thing. And then you have the headphones or line out, or headphones plus line out. That's it. That's what that changes. So when I did plus, I was doing the Valencia and the headphone out. And if I was trying to run, Modhouse Tungsten on both, it was easy. By the way, there is a review of the Modhouse Tungsten double-sided on my Patreon. I asked Ryan, it's been up there since April. It is currently June. I asked Ryan, I said, hey, I'm going to release a video this next week. Are you cool with that? And he went, no, please God, no. Because he's got such a long backlog for this that any hype that I generate for the double-sided or any tungsten product really will bring about the end of days for him. So if you'd like to see that video, the video that Ryan of Modhouse fears, please feel free to join my Patreon. For $7 a month, you can see that. Go back. Just go back to, search tungsten. Anyway, back to the fucking menu. What it doesn't have, and it should for a unit $1,800, is choice between headphone out, line out, or pre-out. For the outputs that, these are pre-out, but these should be a pre-out, not just line out. I don't know why, they're just line out. All right, keep moving it. Auto power off, which is good if you leave it sitting there. Factory reset and info. That's it. That's the entire menu of this $1,800 unit. I feel like it should be more. So let's stick through the buttons real quick. You hit X space. It says X space. You hold on mode. It goes. There's a water droplet. There's a flame, and there's a lightning bolt. You're a good little first grader. All right. It was cute. This is pick a lane. It's either cute or it's professional and high-end, and that's just cutesy. I'm going to look at the sad tier now. You hit X base, it does X base, it does X presence, it does both, it shuts off. Functionality of the buttons explained. Here with the filters, when you press them, it says apodizing. K2 changes, by the way. And now our DSD level has changed. So you have transient aligned, standard, which makes it PCM 44.1. Minimum PCM 44.1, bit perfect PCM 44, GTO, which puts it in K2 HD, which is the only mode that does that, and we're at PCM 176, and then apodizing is DXD 705 kilohertz. I don't know, I haven't fucking heard any of this shit. So it does all sorts of weird things where it's bouncing around based on the filters, what the K2 setting can be, and what your DSD up conversion settings can be. I played with all of them. They all sound roughly the same. I'm so sorry, everyone. I failed you. As much as it is my job, I'm almost paid to sit here and listen. I can't. I was trying to figure out if I liked K2, not K2, maybe K2 HD. Maybe if I don't set it to bit perfect and I set it to apodizing and I go to DXD versus D. I don't know. Please in the comments, if you have a unit like this and you see what are the differences, lay them out, even if they're minute. I'd love to know what you hear. Anyway, so that's what that button is on a short press. On the long press, now we're at DSD 512, 22 megahertz. Now we hold it again. DSD 1024 at 45 megahertz. Cool. So that's while we're transient aligned. Now if we touch that again, bit perfect, GTO, apodizing. Oh, it limits it to just those. So wait, if I touch this again and we drop that to DXD, then we can go back to standard to minimum and then bit perfect GTO appetite. It's a whole fucking clusterfuck of different settings. And then that's not even including the K2 button, which first it's input. There's our line in, which I think counts for both balanced and 3.5. Your USB, Bluetooth, which actually is paired to my phone, coaxial digital, optical, which is what I'm using. Even though it's a picture of an optical, they don't give you a fucking optical. They give you a... It could have just fit. It could have just fit right. It's fine. It's fine. All right, now when we hold down that button, which is a very major size button, other than this, it's the largest button. When you hold that down, K2 technology turns off. And you hold it again, and K2 technology turns on. That's it. That's all that does. And if you want to get to K2 HD, you got to make sure you're in GTO. Now it's K2 HD. And again, I sat listening for a long time, and I don't know if I hear anything good. Let's put it that way. You give me a fucking old school Rebel amp, which, by the way, did you know he's selling the Rebel amp as a kit now? You come with no case, which is unfortunate because you won't get a nice green box, but I will link in the description. Zeos! Link the new Rebel amp kit. Because that thing's like $600-700 just for the boards. You put it together, you get your power supply. You could have a Rebel amp. It's still single-ended, unfortunately, but we're working on it. At least he's working on it. So that's the tour of the unit. This has been the tour of the unit. Tour is done. I'm going to shut it off for a second. I'm going to put it up here where it fits beautifully on the size of that RME. We're going to take its baby brother, which has much of the same functionality, like a lot. Like if you liked this, that would make sense as a big upgrade. But it's really not, because I like the X bass and X space on this, and I like the way this presents sound better because it's an older IFI product. We've got some XLR cable, USB cables that I believe came USB-B. The card exploded. So you got a USB-C to C, and you got a USB-C to B, which is a thing. You know what? Why? Because you're not. This is the input of another thing. Like maybe I don't know. I had these wires with it. I'm assuming they came with it, but we're just gonna keep going. So now I've taken a little break to do the card thing. Let's deal with the box, because when I say deal with the box, it is true. This is gonna be the best part of the review. Everyone should have just jumped to this timestamp, because if IFI has continued anything, I feel like a princess. I was going to say prince, and then I went to take the joke and say princess, and it's a princess. Ooh, so you got the cardboard box, and the cardboard box is very pretty print, and it's got texture. But then you see wood. And let me tell you, ain't nobody delivering what you get from an $1,800 portable like fucking IFI. Because you get a carved wooden box with hinges. Like that's... That's a thing. This is a thing. Of all the things that have thinged, this is one of the most things that's happened. Do you understand why when I'm slightly disappointed about how it sounds? It's the K19 of portables. The FIO K19, if you haven't seen my review, there's a K17, which is Class A and warm and fucking juicy. It feels like someone's taken my music and then taken just a perfectly cooked ribeye steak and just slapped it all over my music. And oh my God, I could feel the juices running down my ears. And the K19 is sterile. That is sterile until you put on X bass, X presence, and X space, and then it brings back some of that life, but in an artificial manner, which I don't really like. So there you go. Put that on top of there. That's your sandwich wrap for your steak. We could take this out. Oh, I forget what was in there. I don't recall. There's crap on it. Oh, here's our little booklet, which shows it's very well laid out. Look, battery status indicators and things, which, by the way, the battery status is either the bar on the top or, again, it's like that screen doesn't exist and they designed this to not have a screen because it still has all the LED bullshit that's just on a screen. I guess, thank you. And look, X-Base, short press, 5 settings, GTO, appetizing, transient, all the DSC. It's very easy to understand. Here's all there it is, your battery, which doesn't give you a fucking percentage. I would love a percentage. I'm one of those sticklers who just, likes a number. I don't like, my bar is like that much, so it should last all day? No, you don't know. Anyway, this is the thing right here. You don't just get a wooden box for that unit. Fuck that. You get that wooden box because you get this bag. So I think IFI has been talking to too many weird old audiophiles. People who aren't going to really judge the 5700 watts. People who actually kind of probably want sterile sounding things, or maybe they lost a hearing. I don't know. C to C, C to C to C to C, C to C, and C to Apple. I don't know where those USB cables came from. Just don't quote me on them coming with this unit. Here's your MQA setup. Do I have a lighter? I need what I need? I need like an old school paper shredder where I can just be like, oh, how to set up your after sales MQA thing. Put that right through there. The smallest text I've ever seen. Holy fuck, boys and girls. That's fucked up. This is actually giving me mild anxiety. And I'm not an anxious person. I can't. That's fucking ridiculous. I'm sure there's some legal nonsense in there that we're all exonerated. Here was the piece of plastic that covered the screen. I forget what was in this, but there you go. Oh, look, it actually came with the thing that I needed. I have a ton of these, but that's your adapter to put the, instead of having a fiber optic fucking plug, it has a fucking portable plug. It's like it was designed for a portable. You got a USB adapter. You got this space. And so this space, if you haven't, oh shit, those tubes are on. Do not melt the plastic. This would go here, like that. And then you could close it, and you got little pouches here. And then look, you get, is there a strap? Am I missing a strap? Maybe there was supposed to be a strap. Did I lose a strap? I don't know. I always lose my straps. Ons. There's a strap-on joke in there somewhere. I can't figure it out right now. Give me a minute. So you get this bag that has like accessory slots, but then it has slots in the side for like wires to come in and out. So your headphone cable could physically go like, I guess you would do like in to this and then into that. And then I would have to rearrange this as all customizable, but then that doesn't stick to anything. What the fuck is this? This is a bag designed for you to carry this motherfucker. Okay? And there was a point, if you go back in my videos, of the Quolux, Quala, where it was a giant unit. Bigger than this. It was like this big with another inch or two. And it had a little screen like this. And it had a full balanced output and had a 4.4 and a 3.5 balanced output and a 1/4 inch output. And it had like 4 buttons on the right and this big battery. It had an SD card slot so it could actually act as a DAP. And it was a monster. And as almost a joke, I brought it to CanJam and I bought a bag for it, slotted it in the bag, and I could just plug headphones in and it had infinite power. And I know people in my chat still have that Quolux. Fucking Zeos, link the goddamn thing in the description. But that's like one of those train, the Japanese guy on the train? You know the Japanese guy on the train meme, right? You're not watching this channel and you don't know about the Japanese. Look up Japanese train audio file. I would do it right now, but the keyboard's fucking covered in garbage. It's a guy carrying around a brick of shit, like all tied together, like with Grados on. It's just like there's wires in and out of the battery packs and the thing. And it's like, holy fuck, stop. We don't need that. And IFI proved you don't need that. There we go. So fucking find it. Because this is all you need. If you're going portable, you don't need... No one needs this. This is as dumb as trying to take the goddamn XDO5 Pro around. This big. It's bigger than this. It's huge with interchangeable DACs. And yes, it's bad. But these are not... They're trying to make this an actual portable thing. Not transportable. Not where you transport it to a hotel and then take it out. Like, this is not transportable. This has got a big glass top that you got to worry about, and the tubes are fragile, and you got a power plug. No, that's just a desktop unit. None of these are really transportable. They're just units. And then you have a portable, like this is a portable. And then something like this would technically not be portable. It would be transportable, which means you could bring it to a hotel and throw it in a bag and then bring it on a plane, and it's not weird. That would be weird on a plane. This would not be weird on a plane. This is borderline weird. But now what this case symbolizes is fucking insanity. This is not this. All right, we gotta stop. Unplug my fucking Aris. Save the wire. People are asking if they could sell the wire separately, and I've tried to ask the company, and they haven't answered me. I wanted to make a USB plug for this so people who are normies can enjoy Eris, because no one knows what a 4.4 is. Let's get out of this fucking bag. I hold on. We got to go out. We got to, nope. There's a nope. There's a nope. Put the little fucking lettering in there. Nope. None of that. None of this. Nope. I don't know what IFI is trying to do with that. And deep down, Zeos wants to go, wow, that's so cool. Look how cool they're trying to make this. They're trying. I don't want to hurt this box either because it's so fucking nice. IFI needs to pick what the fuck they want this to be. Because in theory, it should be an upgraded version of this. All right? They are literally the same fucking unit. Only this one's 5 times the mass. But it's not 5 times better. It's only 2.5 times the price, so whoop-de-doo. But it's not a nearly $2,000 unit. It doesn't have the fucking sound quality. It's got all the buttons and all the bells and whistles you'd think, but then you look at them and you're like, wait. So why doesn't it just have an SD card slot so that it could just host its own music? Because talking about Bluetooth, why? It's an $1,800 unit, and I would want it to host its own music. Oh, I guess I could, put a cock ring around this and strap my phone to it and then use do you understand it comes with this? It comes with this. That's not far enough to reach anything except if you were to do this. No IFI. No. The gun's coming out. What kind of gun? So that's a weird looking bullpup with a scope that's weird. I love when anime artists draw guns and they don't really have a clue. Like they're excited by gun, but I don't know, wallpaper in the wallpaper board. IFI, you need to fucking stop. They didn't give you, like, the rings to do this, but this indicates that's not on a laptop. It's never gonna be on a laptop. That's for a fucking phone. What are you doing? What? Calm down, IFI. If you need me to help you with a collab, I'm more than willing. Because we're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make a good product. It's gonna be fucking fun. The X-Space is gonna... you wanna know what I want? All right, I'm going to go on a little rant, even though it's been a fucking rant, because I'm about to shit on the thing, then I might as well fucking make it fun. Here's my dream for this unit. Get rid of the screen or keep the screen. Or make the screen bigger. Make the screen this big. Make this an Android device. And I could just hold it like this and put in the music I want to play, and it plays it out of its amazing thing, which isn't spatially overpowered. It's not going to say it's 5700. It's going to be whatever the actual RMS is. Let Golden Sound measure it, because I know he's got a beef with you guys. And if he measures it and gives you the approval, put it on there. Everyone will agree. That's number one. Make it a fucking DAP. Make it, if you're going to make something big and dumb, make it at least big and dumb and make sense. This is big and dumb and doesn't make sense. Second thing, it's got to fucking sound good. We got to get the engineers back. I don't care who we got to rehire or fire in the fucking process. I want this thing to sound like a Class A fucking whirlwind. I want it to blow the doors off of everything you see here in sound quality. Because you know what? If you said I could listen for the rest of my life on this or the original first version IFI Zendak, it'd be the IFI Zendak. Or the HIP 3. The HIP DAC 3, little fucking tiny thing with the whoop. I love that thing. It's so much fun. This is not fun. This does not sound fun. It doesn't even sound clean enough to be professional. Like most people who are running, like I was running fucking Lyric 2, which is a very amplifier specific headphone now that it's the 2 and not the 1. And I was like, It doesn't increase the soundstage, even with X Space. And the bass response on this is so weak, even with X Space. It just doesn't do enough. And then here's the thing. Because we have a screen, presumably, on this unit or the next unit with the Android, why don't we have it so that you could have more than just X-Bass on? What if you turned on X-Bass and then you had, I don't know, 6 levels or 10 levels or a fucking slider or something to be like, well, how much crazy do you want? I want the option for crazy. Maybe I want to be a very refined, very subtle, tea-sipping citizen of the world. Or maybe I want to do mescaline. I don't know what that is, actually. I'm not a drug user. But let's assume I did, and that's the level of bass I want. I want my headphones to physically fucking fall apart. Where's my option? Just having this much, and I'm waiting for the first time to be like X. I know there is on other units. On the other fucking unit that I'm selling, the IDSD Neo, there are multiple levels of X-Bass. And this has one. And even that other unit, which has multiple levels, they're all crap. None of them go hard enough, deep enough, wide enough. They don't add enough. This feels like they're going super into marketing and pretty and, the wood. But there's no life in the sound. I'm angry because I like IFI. I love hanging. Those guys are great at every show. Their stuff looks cool. It usually works fantastically. This is a disappointment. And that pisses me off. It's like when I don't have kids. First time that kid comes home with a D, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. I get that feeling now. I understand it without a child, because here's my child. Like, son, is this what you brought me? Oh, well, it's very pretty, and it's certainly heavy and very expensive. Let me see what your sister brought me. And then she just brings out this, and she's like, I don't know, this is like, great. This makes perfect sense. This is nonsensical. These sold it to me, and that's happened just now in this review. I made it worse. It didn't click until I saw these and went, I made that face, the you fucking what, mate? What is, they don't know what this is. As a Bluetooth receiver, then you stick it in the bag? So now you're carrying around an $1,800 unit, which gets hot in a sealed bag with what plugged into it? Obviously, super demanding headphones. So now you're becoming the train guy. You're the train guy. You don't want to be the train guy. Don't be the train guy. All right? This would be better off with no battery, because IFI has only a handful of desktop things. They got the Zen series. They had the Air series, which was a failure because those things were super cheap and sounded like ass. Then they've got the vertical, the DSD. Then they got that big son of a bitch that has like the different SD card slots, which I still haven't reviewed. And I want that because I want to know what that sounds like. You plug in, extra stats into it and everything. And then this, and it's in the wrong category. It should not be in the portable battery-powered thing. This should be a desktop unit. I mean, it would still work. I mean, the only thing that holds it back is the fact there's a screen on top, but you've already included all the fucking lights. You plug it into power, and there it is. You got your lights in front of it. I don't know where I want to go with this. I don't know. This is a passionate rant. And it's a passionate rant because I want to love this. I want this to be the coolest thing that I could bring to a can jam. And be like, oh, you got those headphones over there? Hold on a second, bro. Let's fucking hook this shit right up. Boom. 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 She's booting up. Purple. It slowly raises the volume as you turn it on to bring you back to where you left it off. Cool fucking feature. Actually, let's switch this to Bluetooth. Let's see if it remembers on my phone. Yep, IFI lossless. Yes, I stole the tungsten cable for these because I just think it looks cool. All right, we got to come off of... Here's another thing. These are not hard to drive. 100 on water drop is barely fucking working. There's no low, medium, and high gain. There's no gain, which is water drop. Then there's... Where's my button for that? That's actual volume. We're still at 100. It's the strangest. I started off showing you the tungsten and the tungsten running. You guys must have been like, oh man, what a beast. 100 on medium should destroy these. They're not hard to drive. But they're playing just loudly. Just loudly. And now I will lower it if I'm going to lightning bolt. And then it has like 88 out of 100 is what 100 out of 100 on medium was. 88 out of 100 on lightning bolt is the same thing. So I only have 12 steps of volume. 12, which go up that fast. And then comes down real slow for some reason. That's the opposite of what I want. I want things to go up real slow and down fast. I never have to go up fast. I'm never like, oh, I love this solo. 100% volume. I want to be like, oh God, I'm going to die. 0% volume. All right. I would never run this thing not on lightning bolt, on high gain. There's almost no reason to, because I want to be loud as I can. I need to play it at 80 to 85. And I mean, the only thing easier than fucking that are fucking these. Scoozy. Oh, we have I knew, this is why I need more purple, beautiful cake. Everything's fuck. Oh, God, don't drop. Oh, fuck. It's becoming a Benny Hill sketch over here. Oh, and for the love of God, get rid of the balanced fucking 3.5. Eris, for all your bass head needs. Now, this should technically explode. It's... The lovely thing about Eris is you can't destroy them. Someone hooked up a fucking, literally a speaker amp to them and was playing his podcast as a speaker in a room. I don't care. That is... So now that's the easiest to drive headphone on planet Earth. And I have a big fucking selection of headphones, and I don't think any single one of them is easier to drive than Eris. And we're at 100 on high gain, and they're not melting. If I put anything worthy of driving this to full, like the actual listening levels, say the Valencia, and then I swapped it out for fucking this would have a hard time. It's not, it's, I mean, it's loud as shit, but... So let's see, where is Eris happy? Let's go to like 58. And it's barely playing. It's barely fucking playing. What is his volume? 72 is loud. 72. On high gain. This is dumb. This should be 72 on low gain for these headphones. Everything's wrong about it. Everything's wrong about it. That is loud, though. All right. I'll make a list of demands I want for this thing, and we'll work on it together. I think my whole audience could agree that we want something this big and stupid from IFI. We do. We love the big, stupid shit. But I want the big, stupid shit to be fun and functional. Having it look cool means nothing to me. I don't give a fuck about the wooden box. It's cool. No. Take $100 off. Get rid of the wooden box. I want this thing to be desirable. And in its current format, I don't give a shit about it. If it was a player, if this was a full fuck, screw you, IFI made the baddest ass DAP ever. It looks like it was almost designed to have, I don't know, like a screen here. And then become the player. But it's not. But if it did, then I wouldn't have to worry about connecting anything to it. Or you could still have all of these things and a screen. Although you want to recess the RCA's inward there. And please, for the love of, if you could keep it portable, and I guess you can keep that. But, all right, look. Oh, by the way, there is, the green LED is kind of visible around the back, but it's so hard to see. I want this to be good. And it's not like I have the like this on. If I had this on to 4.4, that would have lowered the volume of everything, and then it would make sense why I'd have to be on high gain. But nope, I had the IE match off. I made sure of it. I'm Zeos Pantera, and this has been my video on the IFI Valkyrie. And I don't know what to tell you. I just know that I picked an anime girl who's drinking alcohol, because I want to be, and sitting next to a very large gun, which actually it's hilarious because I actually do have my 224 Valkyrie build upstairs. I was thinking about bringing it into the video, but guns on YouTube, not great. So that joke doesn't get to play. But, ma'am, if you'd like to do the honors, I'll hold that glass for you. IFI, we could work on this together. And then people will love you. I want to love you. Let me love you. This looks like a world-class product. But then I listen to it and I'm bored. I'm fucking bored. Bored. And then I put on every fucking X-Bass, X-Spacing, and it's still not enough. It needs to sound Death on Ray good first. And then you add dumb on top of that. Then people will be interested. People already have neutral, clean amplifiers. No one wants that anymore. They go home, they plug into their fucking thing, and they're like, you know what? I really want something else. And no one's looking for that in a 3.5 pound fucking portable with a carry bag with holes in it. They're just not. And if it's sold out, according to the website, it's sold out. So if you bought one of these, for the love of God, explain yourself in the comments. Anyway, I'm Zeos Pantera. This has been a long, ranting fuck review. And I will see you all in the next one. Patreon and Subscribestar, keep these ramblings fucking honest, because you guys pay my salary. So for $7 a month, see reviews early, participate in yard sales, get to lossless sound demos for all the headphones, where I record them with music and you can listen to them and compare the different sound demos. Also for speakers. And that's for $7 a month. For $15 a month, you get to join a private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat with all my patrons there, and we discuss bullshit behind the scenes. And then also, once you're in that, you're in a lifetime swap meet channel to buy, sell, and trade gear. Golden Sound is in there. I haven't gotten DMS in my chat. I feel like he'd bring it down. Certainly not Resolve. He'd bring it way down to the ground. But Golden's there, and he's pretty light. We like Golden. And Koji. We like Golden and Koji. But yeah, if you want to join the Patreon chat, that's $15 a month, and then it does help. It doesn't help the channel. It is the fucking channel. Right? It's 2025. We got everybody's broke, so I need your help, and IFI needs my help, and I think we all need my help, and God help us all. And yeah, I'm good. You good? No more coffee. Goodbye, IFI Valkyrie. You tried, sort of, maybe.